Hello, lovely. I wanted to first bring our awareness to our emotional state and the way that we're feeling. This is called emotional awareness. We all live on these founding five emotions that we have chose, that we have adopted to believe are the emotions that we deserve to live in. I know personally, as a mama of three and a wife of 19 years, that it can be a struggle, and I can get really trapped and feeling anxious and so overwhelmed with everything that's going on. And then that can trigger this anger response that I've been living in a lot lately. And when we can be the noticers, when we can be aware, we can have those self-realizations. And that's really, my lovelies, where our healing journey begins, is that we have to notice, and then we have to realize this is no longer serving me, and then it's time for us to create that shift, to make that change, that we can actually shift and do the things that we want to do within our lives. As we begin becoming aware of the way that we're constantly feeling, we can start doing something different about it, because it's enough of the blaming and the shaming and the guilting of ourselves, because all that is doing is manifesting, and it's causing pain and dis-ease. Louise Hay, one of my beautiful mentors, shares that we create a dis-ease when our emotions are off balance. And when we notice, say you get into a fight with your spouse, what is that underlying emotion that is coming in? I know that I grew up and I have this need to want to guilt things. So I can notice when I'm in that guilty vibration, and then I can choose to make a shift, right? And we all, like I said, have these five emotions that we live on. And so maybe you could take a moment to grab a journal, or take a moment to put your hands on your heart and really feel into your body. And just ask yourself, what emotions have I been living on? Whatever it is, this is not here to create judgment or shame or blame. This is here to create an awareness of your emotional state, my lovely. And just tap in, and maybe it will come up right away, and maybe it won't, and that's okay. And I will tell you that there's something so sacred and so magical about writing down. So I really encourage you, especially right before you're going to bed, because that's such this vulnerable, open time where we allow ourselves to feel all of the things. So if you can grab a journal, and when it comes to a journal, it helps substantially if you have a journal that you feel a connection to, that you feel really good about and you get excited about it. I like ones that have really nice covers on them and that I can flip. I like to have lines. There's sometimes I don't like to have lines. And so if you can just write down, like, oh, it's anxiety, oh, it's overwhelm, it's worry, it's fear, it's, oh my gosh, I'm judging all of the time. I'm judging myself, I'm judging other people, I'm blaming myself, I'm blaming other people. And know that there's no right or wrong. When we become emotionally aware, we can tap into what it is that we need to do to create that shift. And when we have misalignments in our energy, when we're living in those low vibrations, because all the fear, all the worry, all the doubt, all the anxiety, there are these low vibrations. You think of it like this scale here, and on the scale is all of the energies, and think of those low vibrations are way down low, and then they sink the fear, the blame, the jealousy, the blah, 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 the hate, all the yucky stuff, and then it comes up to in the middle, there's like boredom, and then like contentment, and then it raises up into all these lovely feelings, like feeling good, feeling positive, feeling love and appreciation and gratitude, which are the highest feeling emotional energies that we can access. And when we have a misalignment, when we're down here feeling that pit of our gut, that fear, because I know a lot of us, we were trained to be these victims. Louise Hay also says we were all born victims of victims. And yes, That may be the truth, my beautiful soul sisters, but it is no longer the way that we choose to live our lives, because we can choose to stay stuck and stagnant and feel lost and overwhelmed every freaking day. Or we can take back our power and know that it's time to make an emotional freaking shift. And we can do that by different practices. There's different things that we can do that can legitimately change. And one of the first things that's very easy and very simple that I learned from another mentor, Tony Robbins, is change your energy, right? Everything is composed of energy. I made another video all on what is energy. You can watch that and tap into a little bit deeper. That we can change our energy, change our emotional state, which are linked together hand in hand, by changing our physiology, which is just a scientific word for your body. By moving your body, because moving your body creates emotion. So I will just ask you to, real quick, tap into your body. What is your gait? Your gait is your stance. How do you hold your body? It's something simple. You can do anywhere, anytime. So most of us, a lot of us, I notice freaking kids so much, it drives me nuts. Like my daughter, I've been working, her little shoulders are slumped forward and then her chin goes forward. So we work on inhale, roll the shoulders back. You can squeeze the shoulder blades together and bring your sternum, right? Your sternum is this lovely bone that protects your heart and your lungs. And then right underneath of that is this space called your diaphragm. Your diaphragm is that holds that capacity to breathe. And when you are arched forward, when we are arched forward, that it's shutting off our oxygen. It's also, this is your solar plexus chakra, which is your space of confidence and inner wisdom. So you're pretty much like telling your body to like put a kink in your hose. And so what you can do is inhale, bring awareness to your body. And again, it's that awareness when you can be aware of your emotional state. And then your emotional state trickles to your body, to your physiology and how you're standing and holding yourself. When we're feeling insecure, most of the time we hug ourselves. And what's really cool and interesting about that is that when we hug ourselves, it actually comforts us because it gives us that feel-good oxytocin hormone, which helps shift a little bit of the way we're feeling, and it makes us feel a little bit better. But then we have to realize, what is our face and what are we doing here? So create that energy, change your physiology by raising up your energy. Inside of our body, we have 7 energy meridians, 7 chakras, not energy meridians. We have like hundreds, maybe thousands of energy meridians and nadis, which are energetic bodies within ourselves. But you can create this line of energy when you can inhale a beautiful breath in and exhale it out. And that's changing your physiology by changing your body, whether you're sitting or you're standing. A lot of us sit for a job. If you sit for a job or you're at school taking classes, you're going to be more apt to do this. So when you're sitting, you can create that same energetic rush, or you can raise yourself up and stand up in your body and raise your body. You can do a movement that feels good for you. That's why I love yoga, because it allows us to create these free expressions within ourselves. So when you're having those low vibration emotions and feeling the guilt or the blame or the shame or whatever it is that come up for us all, that we can create a shift by actually moving our body. You can do a twist, you can have a pose, you could go for a walk, you can get out in nature, I love to hula hoop, it like brings me to my inner child. You can do something about it. You can change the way you're feeling by changing your physiology. Another really simple tool to shift your emotions and your energy is breath. Breath is the gateway to our heart. It is this, as we know, this abundant, beautiful gift from the universe, from God, from the divine, whatever it is that you believe in, that just is. We don't have to ask for it. It just comes and it goes. And when you breathe through your nose, do you know this, or I will share this with you, that it will increase your health upwards to 50% by just breathing through your nose. And a lot of us are actually mouth breathers, and that's okay. Even if you are a mouth breather, which I can be, and I snore at night. If you snore, you're definitely a mouth breather. You know this because your spouse or whoever sleeps near you will tell you and complain about all of your snoring. So you can increase your health and raise your energy, shift your emotional state by breathing deep, oxygenated breaths. When we breathe, it fills our cells up with prana, with life force, with energy, and it can replenish the body. So do it with me. Inhale, big full breath, and you can use your hands. Fill up your whole body, your whole torso, and exhale. And if it feels good, you can exhale on the way out. Just make sure the inhale is coming from the nose. If you have a stuffy nose, I get it. Try your best to blow your nose, even if there's cobwebs. Do your best to inhale through your nose. Exhale. And those are really basic, amazing things that can help shift our emotional state. 2 practices right here, right now that you can do. Raise your physiology, create more energy within your body. If you want to like amp it up and kick it up to the next notch, bam, you can squeeze in at the root lock. It's called the Muladhara Bandha. It's all the way deep between our vagina and our booty, our anus, that you squeeze for a Kegel. We all know that. If you've birthed a baby, you would know this. Or even if you haven't birthed a baby, we all have this ability. Or if you have ever done squats and then pulled up and done those hip thrusts, that is the Kegel. So squeeze there. That creates more energy, and it also connects you to Mother Earth, which is this beautiful, loving, compassionate energy. And my lovelies, I'm so grateful that you are here showing up and knowing that you can create a lovely emotional state for yourself. And you can choose to shift from those low vibrations. You could choose to raise your energy. You can choose to roll the shoulders back. And usually it's this smallest little shift right here within your chest. So today, tomorrow, just do a little awareness, and just when you notice, you're noticing, oh, I'm feeling this way and I'm not liking it. I'm not liking being anxious right now. I don't want to feel like this. So what are you going to do about it? You're going to shift. You're going to raise up. It's like a 2-millimeter shift, Tony Robbins calls it, in the chest. Bring your shoulders up and back. You can imagine like you're Rapunzel or Goldilocks or whoever resonates, or whoever your super power woman is, and allow your heart to raise. I tell my daughter, raise your heart light. Let your spirit and your light shine for everyone to see, because it's not going to happen from here. It's going to happen when you expand. And then breathe. Breathe that breath, oxygenate your cells, and fill your body with prana. And know that you can become an emotionally and energetically aware human. And I really hope that you gain some powerful insight in your self-care practice is for you to raise your energy and bring that prana. Bring in yoga, we call it pranayama, breath. It's bringing the breath into the body, and it's creating the shift within us that can happen right now. You don't have to wait for anything.